Cocktails with Queens. Season 9, Episode 8, RuPaul's Drag Race. Here we go. Hi, I'm the employee you wish you would have never hired, Clayton.
And I'm that employee that just can't make it to work on time, Jordan. Okay. This is delicious. What is this? Because I don't know.
This is the disaster.
Princess Disaster Smoke Cloud.
Of course, it's based off of Aja, who unfortunately went home last week. Bless your heart. We look forward to seeing your show in Brooklyn next time we're there.
Anyways, this drink, what's it comprised of?
So first of all, ice to the brim. That should always be assumed when making a cocktail. Shout out to Liz. Then, in a separate glass, you muddle blackberries and you add like a berry liqueur. Ours happened to be Vakik, I think is how you say it. I don't know for sure. It was some Walmart shit. It was like a shimmering berry liqueur.
I saw it, very shimmery.
And then 2 shots of Fireball, because it's a disaster.
Gotta give the heat.
That's right. And then to mellow it out, it's a little bit of Moscato, an ounce of Moscato. And to top it off, it's just to the rim fucking citrus. So good. I love the color of it too.
And then you have some blackberries too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then the blackberry garnish, of course.
Anyhow, this week we had to get into another roast. However, this season we weren't roasting RuPaul, roasting
Michelle Visage.
She's a good sport, and yes, it's so funny that they finally are roasting her and a surprise and all that. So I was really happy that this was, what was going on this episode.
It was an epic challenge. It was a great runway too. I feel like the queens all kind of like had kind of free reign for like they were gonna do this character or they're gonna be themselves, like the best version of themselves, whatever it was. Excuse me. It was a great runway and a great overall challenge. So getting into the best and worst, who was your favorite? Who was your least favorite? What do you think?
It's kind of like you just said. Like they had the choice between doing a character or the best version of themselves, and because of that, which I agree with that statement, I think my favorite was Sasha. One of my favorites.
My favorite too.
She definitely did the best version of herself. I thought, like I told this show every week, like. I feel Sasha always brings her character to the challenge every time.
True.
And this episode was no different. She did that and she brought the comedy, which is not where you'd expect her to be strong.
No.
And she was funny. She had jokes that didn't land, but in the grand scheme of things, she was in the top half of the performers, which there was a lot of misses tonight. I felt.
Definitely. I feel like she wasn't just the top half. I feel like she was like first alternate, if you will. Like, she looked great on the one. She fucking had really good jokes, and nearly all of them landed. And actually, one thing that I really thought was interesting is she had a lot of camera time. Like, like in the playback of the challenge, she had one of the top like time lapse, she had the most camera time. Right. One of the most camera times of all of them, which is good. It's good because that means she had a lot of good footage to use.
True.
And Peppermint deserved to win by all means. Like I thought she was most like overall polished. Like she didn't really seem to have any lows in her performance. But personally, like aesthetically speaking, I really liked Sasha's better. So obviously we shared thoughts on who was our favorite, but least favorite. It's a very big toss-up between Pheromone, who did terrible, but Alexis Michelle also did terrible, and her runway was super, super messy. It was so messy that I felt like she was being thrown under the bus by the producers. Like, the greenness with, like, the shitty, sloppy tits, like, it was terrible. Literally no jokes there, like, just fucking, like, none of them landed.
Yeah, she was obviously my low, too, because she was just a low in general. I mean, it's one thing for you to not do great in the performance. It's another for you to be like, oh, yeah, put me at first, or, like, the closer, and you deliver that, like.
True.
She set herself up for it, so if you really can't deliver, which she didn't, and I don't know what the issue was.
It was overconfidence.
I guess so, yeah, but I expected more from her too, based off the challenge. I thought she would have been one of the ones who would be able to respond to it better, so she fucked it up, and she ran her mouth and wanted to be a beginner closer, and it landed her in the bottom. And then she had to lip sync alongside Pheromone, who I really enjoyed her. I loved her look for the runway, and her jokes were yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just want to jump into her because she's the other bottom contender. Her look was on point. Her jokes were terrible. She didn't land like anything either. So her and Alexis Michelle were very evenly matched with their performance. It was like like they said, she came in. What was it? She came to tell people off in a harsh way, and she was like scared. It was not good.
That was my main note about her, actually, is that, like, the worst thing you can possibly do in this competition, or any fucking, like, competition, is literally have such personal time with the judges and just completely ignore their advice, which is what happened. Like, she should have, like, sandwiched the jokes. Like, positive thing, insult, and then, like, semi-positive thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just not there.
I saw Peppermint use that advice. I don't know if they told her that separately, if she heard it, but she did do that. She gave a compliment to Michelle and sandwiched it.
She overheard it. She overheard that.
I don't know, or it was just like her instinct. But getting back to the overall performance of the lip sync, like,
I feel
like
who was in the bottom?
It was Alexis Michelle and Pheromone. And I enjoyed them both. I thought it was pretty closely matched, honestly. I do think Alexis Michelle did a few things that set her apart from Pheromone, and that was
being
her
more
downfall.
Campy, really.
Yeah, being bigger overall. And that was like, if Pheromone had been a little bit bigger with a few moments, I think she could have beat Alexis Michelle, because Alexis Michelle's performance wasn't everything.
It was not.
Pheromone certainly embodied this song, I felt, and it was like sickening, sexy, like, she had a lot of the things going right for her. She should just spend a few more big moments. I want to see, I mean, these girls, though, are going to get down to some crazy lip syncs. That's what I
know. I think it's all been set up for that, because every lip sync has been so good.
And they've narrowed, honestly, they've eliminated, like, the least strong lip syncers.
But those people have been not even that bad at lip syncing.
No, but don't you feel that way, too, that, like, the strongest ones are going to be, like, remaining?
Definitely, I think that's part of the show, like, this season. So excited.
Me too.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We love you. If you're watching this, if you've subscribed, we thank you so much. We really appreciate it. If you haven't seen us before and you enjoyed it for this long, goddamn, like, you should subscribe, like, clearly. We don't just do this, we do artsy videos every fucking so often. Definitely more often than we should. We're gonna do more, so you better subscribe and be in the know. I'm Clayton.
I'm Jordan.
And we're in between
the branches. And until next week, here's us signing off with Cocktails
with Queens. Oh, P.S. This episode is sponsored by Sportster.